Hello, my U-Turn family. Welcome to the U-Turn Show. If you are new, this is a platform for empowering our communities through impactful conversations, real life stories, and resources for youth and women. Every Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, we gather here to spotlight voices that challenge limits and those that reminds us that real change begins the moment we choose to turn in a new direction, to make a U-turn. So, if you are navigating change in your life, looking for clarity, or building the next big thing, you belong here. So, share this conversation and stick with us as we begin the real talk, real growth, real U turn. Wow. Anyway, welcome Chol Mankwal, welcome Alakir, and welcome Engineer. What a wonderful today to talk about friendship. Anyway, we are all friends here. But if you are new to this platform, please share. This is loaded conversation, and I'm starting us off with engineer walk guide through the topic of friendship, how they influence our life, how they shape us, how they actually determine our destiny. So I think Kurbala deep and very engineer Tonaba introduced nowhere. Broadwell. I know many people know him, very famous, very accomplished professor, motivator, and an entrepreneur, not many titles, but about for the sake of Koji who have just joined the U-turn today, please, engineer, can introduce yourself and what are you expecting? Why are you excited about this topic today before we dive into the real conversation?
Okay, thank you, Utan family. Thank you. As it was said earlier on, my name is Nathan Malek. I am a good friend of Utan, and I'm a lecturer at the university, Upper Nile University. That's where I'm a lecturer in the Department of Computer Science. I also support University of Juba in the master's program in AI, and I do a number of things there. As she said, Akwal said earlier on that I engage into this business entrepreneurship, and I hope some topics to come ahead where we engage into this. Yeah, I run the Military Computing Academy as a director. That's a college that is focusing on computing, mainly only computing. We have left other things, but focusing on computing. Yes, a motivational speaker. I love what I do, and including this topic of today, that I'm so excited about friendship because I know that when you have your mission, you cannot put you when you have your vision, you cannot put that vision into mission alone. There are people who have the tools, they have the skills, they have all the empathy and emotional support that you need to be effective in your journey. Thank you.
Wow, that is very well said. Very well said. Yeah. So begin with our topic questions of today. Question number one is asking you, engineer, how would you define friendship? I just got to into definition. How would you define friendship and why is it important in our life, especially with the connection with the vision of youth and with empowerment journey of individuals and even society at large? Why?
Yes, yeah, thank you, youth and family. Yes, friendship, we would simply say friendship, just like within the family or in other sectors. With the family, it is determined by biological connections. But friendship is mainly determined by the bond, a voluntary bonding. You decide that this is the one going to be my friend. In every friendship that we are in, on either side was decided. Either your friend decided that you have to be a friend, or you decided that has to be your friend. And that is based on trust and mutual respect. And also at some point shared experiences. And that is what makes friendship to be very fragile and at some point also to be powerful because you choose your friends or your friend choose you. And at a given point, there are cases where we look at friendship. Not everyone is a friend. Even your brother, Yes, it's your brother, but you will decide whether to have your brother as a friend or just to have him as a brother, isn't it? Because it is another level that you have to go and also engage. It is very important for us to have friends because we have a vision, you have a mission, you have a purpose in life. And that purpose has been designed in the way that some people also have also to contribute to accomplishing that. For instance, if someone says you want to be a very great businessman or business lady, or a professor and all that, there are people, okay, who can support, they can support you in that journey. Now, the challenge here with friendship is that not necessarily with friendship. Friend is not anybody around us. That is not necessarily a friend. There are acquaintances which can be confused as friendship. Like, for instance, at the point there are people now we even don't know that we don't know their names, but in primary school, this is my friend, this is my friend. So confusing passengers as friends, that is a big problem, isn't it? Friend is an intentional human being. You decided to say, this is a person who is going to be supportive in my journey, in a way I can accomplish my vision or goal or life purpose. This person is either having emotional support to take you there, or the person has the tools or knows how to use the tool to make you go that side, or the person knows the relevant networking that pushes you to a given level. Because a friend is not necessarily somebody who tells you yes, because a friend is this person who tells you no when it is necessary. Yes, because some no's sometimes are very important for us to accomplish our task. And that is why at some point I like this gentleman. It's called the servant of Naaman. When Naaman was saying, no, why are you instructing me to go and dip myself into this river, Jordan? Don't we have rivers in my country? And then his servant said, no, but my father, if he had required from you more than this, wouldn't you subscribe to it? So a friend is somebody who can even tell you no when it is necessary to say that, because friendship does not necessarily have something to do with pleasure. And that's why sometimes we take medicine not because it is sweet, but because that is what is necessary for us to have it. So friendship is an integrated, very integral part of our human existence. For us to succeed, we must have friends. And those friends, we must choose them. And we must know exactly this particular friend. Why do I choose this friend? Is he important? Is she important for emotional support, empathy? Is this person important because he or she knows the tools that are going? Is this person in position to give me a relevant connection? And okay, how much do I bring to the table? Because friendship is a two-sided, let's say, relationship. It's not parasitic in a way. When I'm your friend, I'm supporting you to grow. And when you are my friend, you are as well supporting me to grow. So if I'm only growing because you are my friend, and then that is parasitic relationship, it's not friendship. You know, in a friendship, I need to grow as you what? As you grow as well. And that is now, when it is now friendship, we support one another to go to where we are going. If that I have to climb fast, and then I push you, then later you also be holding my hand, then we all have to do it until we all will all reach there. So confusing family, biological connection with friendship, that is a problem. Confusing these things to do with acquaintances, same tribe, classmate, and circumstantial kind of friendship whereby you are good at mathematics and math is Indian gera really tongan, so we have to be together, isn't it? So that, and then after that, immediately it is done. That is not friendship. It is simply just like we are simply bored in our journey to Nimule. So you have to get someone close to you, get to know one another and discuss. But immediately you reach that, some people will not even say bye. But somebody who you say intentional, this has to be my friend. Even Jesus himself, the Son of God, when he chose his friends, he said, you come. and I will make you become fishers of men. So in friendship, whether you are chosen or you have chosen somebody, that person has the power to convert you into the version of he or she is. Yes, because those are centers of influence. So in friendship, your friend reflects the current state where you are in terms of resources financially, in terms of wisdom, yes, even in terms of whatever exposure, your friend reflects exactly. That's why I'm always aligned to the works of Jim Brown. He says, around the closest five people around you, you are the average of such people, in whichever case. Yes. So in wisdom, you are the average of what they, because you consume the same information. If they are not knowledgeable, you are not knowledgeable, isn't it? If they complain about economic crisis and they do nothing, you also be complaining and you do nothing, isn't it? So the average of you are the average of your five closest friends. That's why I try as much as possible that my closest friends should be people who I give to them and they as well give to what? Give to me. Yes. And there is this element of saying that there's a friend of interest, there's a friend of interest. There is nothing as an interest. It is something that it rhymes with what you want, isn't it? Isn't it? Even God Himself, who is a creator, has an interest. You know, He has an interest, He has a plan that is so intentional that we have to go somewhere. So when you say no, I have, I just want a friend who does not have an interest. That one you will not get that one, unless you have somebody who's going nowhere. Somebody who does not have an interest. Where is that person? Isn't it? So a friend is somebody whose interest does not destroy your goals and purpose in life. And that's it, isn't it? Yes. That's how I define my friend. They have interests, but their interests are not against mine because we are all grown. We are let's say, pursuing our goals. So I think I went a little broader, but that's how I would react to this question. Thank you.
No, that is very profound, and you raised some very important questions. First of all, I tell you, friendship and relationship are different. Relationship can be by blood, which is just happen by default and it's an expectation. So no interest there. If it happened, it happened. There are situations where you classroom or where Facebook live one way on Facebook and you go check friendship. So friendship is intentional. It's based on your intention and it has to align with your purpose. And that the interest of friendship, there's the interest and those interests are going in one direction. So that means for you to determine a friendship that is going somewhere, you need to have your agenda, you need to have your purpose, and now you choose friends that align with that mission. To disciple and choose that align with the mission core. So there's interest, and those interests are aligning. So the question at theory is very related. My question is, so if that means that if I'm in agenda, for example, and I want to lose weight, so I choose friends who are in that space, who are eating healthy, who are exercising, who are consuming good, diet, either food or mental diet, because depression can make you gain weight too. So now I need to choose a friend that will inspire me to go there. So for you to determine friendship, does it mean you need to already have a purpose for your life? You need to have an agenda. What are the prerequisites? And in addition to that question, what are the prerequisites for friendship? Add this question here by what does friendship face out here at all time? Does it go to dormancy? Like I don't faces. Are those stages normal? Like the time waiting the January for 5 days or maybe for months. Or or if friendship be a constant day and night, every month, every year.
All right, thank you. There are requirements, prerequisites for friendship. It starts with where am I going?
Uh-huh.
And what does this person have to contribute to help me go where I'm going? Like for instance, let me look at a class system whereby this is a friend of mine who has 27 in mathematics and I have 21, isn't it? Yes, so we really want to, and we want to be engineers. Next time she improves by two, and then I also improve by three. Isn't it? So this is my friend, but friendships are like for human to succeed, you must have your friends like you must have a friendship toolbox. Because in every toolbox, not every component of the toolbox is useful on every part of the car. There are some which are very good at certain things. Yes. So if I need a friend that I have to reduce weight, then I go and I engage with a pastor, someone who is very good at the ministry. Tell me, praise the living God. God is good all the time and all the time. You see, now I think I did not exactly know that. So when you know the purpose where you are going, you choose a friend, and that's why you will call an electrician when Karaba has a problem, and then you leave the dentist, not because dentist is the wrong person, but because the purpose, what has to be done, will determine who will do it. So I have to be intentional with my friends that if I said, okay, I am in academia and I want someone who will push me to the direction of academia to support me in these scholarly works, and somebody who has invested his or her time in music, he might not be the candidate at that particular time. Might not be the candidate at that particular time. Yes. And then there's this person who has also done many other things. So it is very important to know, where am I going? And who exactly can partner with me to go to where I'm going? Because there, I don't actually at some point, I do not need to like the person, because the issue of liking is bringing a lot of issues here. Liking is not part of our success, isn't it? There is some level of nonsense that you have to entertain, because that nonsense is what is necessary for the vision, isn't it? Yes, because we don't determine the height of the pilot, isn't it? No, that is not important for us, that the height, the what and all that. No, those are not the requirements. Simply say, does it do exactly what takes me there? So when we bring emotions into, I want to be close to this, it looks like this and all that, then now we are serving our interests, but not interests of the goal, not interests of where we are going. Even the devil is not much interested in how his agents look like. He's interested in what they can do. Yes. And so even I have to simply say, no, including Rani, he said, yes, but that is the person you need, because medicine is bitter, but when it does exactly what it does, that's why it exists. So some friends should not necessarily like the people we like. No, that like thing should not even be there. We will not even like him. We will even quarrel with that, but they will say, no, this is what I don't want the way you do things. Yes. So you choose your friend, and let's say emotions are dealt aside. There are people choose the real friendship cut because they don't do what you want. But it is not about you, it is about your goal. Yeah. These are the people who will tell you, no. Now, see, this time now, it is over between me and John. He said, no, idiot, over between you and John. Do you know how long you have been without a relationship? Do you know the qualities of John? I'm just bringing this one, that is a relationship. And then the gentleman said, no, this time now, no. I think a year now it is over. Because wait a jam. And this person has not been picking for like 1 week. Law emotions start to learn. Picking for 1 week. Could allow your friend back with my friend. This is not how things are done. Here and Paul for 1 week is exactly what he's going through. You need to call in by life to my thing. So now your friend this is not good for you. Yes, people. Every time is yes. Even when they don't know what yes means to you, then this person now is simply someone who is massaging your ego, but is not necessarily helping. So friends can phase out, yes, because now friendship is sustained. It is something that is intentional fuel. Every time you must add value every now and then for it to go there. Now friendship, let me calm down, is either it was seasonal friendship, or you have changed goals. That is it. Yes. So if you change goals in the middle there, then there's no interest. Like for instance, look at it that Dorcas as a friend. Then after some time, Calaben now she faces to another part, another season where she becomes a mother now. Ka friend hunke. Now you will marry because when you automatically it will die. Because now you will be in another level whereby being well, I deal with at the level of the Armoike, how you, what will entertain you to meet Kumoben and all that. Even now, been to the level where we have grandchildren. And in that, even quite the quite feeling out of space because they feel that friends ke ko ko ban ala ben level they talk about man nyandi ken lo war ko man wendi ken lo and all that. That level of so friendship can phase out. Yes, even I check on the same goals who can manage because I am managed intentionally. I manage intentionally because it cannot manage itself. It is just like actually it is love, isn't it? But it is this level of love that is packaged in a way that it is the love of supporting each other to achieve his or her dreams or purpose in life. And so it has to be sustained every day, isn't it? Yes.
Thank you. No, thank you so much at your answer, Piers. I really like that. And the key takeaway there is in what you say is that we need to remove emotion from friendship because friendship is destiny agenda.
Sure.
So if I destiny agenda come out with any emotion, we will fall into trap of yes friends. The people who just because emotion is about yes, you support me whether I'm wrong or I'm right. So now I want to put this into, a romantic relationship because a better one. I know a better girl one when they be your best friend. In addition to all the other qualities. Of course, if a young man taught or you turn, because the relationship issues are also part of going to that destiny, right? The young man won't think they be our best friend, they could be our lover, could be our everything, be our tall, no nyash. So now there's a lot of emotion there. Aka Martin with your friend, when you say friend, your emotion, they don't go anywhere. So can not your engineer? How do we handle this? When if we want to really have intentional friendship that take us to the destiny that we are or help us accomplish our mission in life. So how do we choose this relationship that that align with our friendship values that support us to grow? Can we where do we draw a line there?
Okay, surely, yes, there's a line. You brought in the aspect of this more of courtship, marital relationship, and all that. If sometimes people have to fake it, isn't it? The people will create a paradise where it is not, that is not the right time, it's not there. You assume that there is that particular person who does not say no. And at a certain point, the gentleman will fake it, ladies will fake it. Achira and will disagree. People don't disagree, isn't it? And then I say now, so that one person has to be what? Be happy. We have to make you happy. And by the way, when you talk about happiness, happiness is very subjective. And if everything has to be based on happiness, then we will not achieve the goals. Because happiness is just is based on many other factors. Do you know that there are people even after killing people they become happy, isn't it? So happiness is never a measurement of whether things are good or they are not what good. And that's why even for us in academia, yes, you will be very happy. And this supplementary because you have to separate concerns. This is a human being, but the supplementary is a different thing. I'm talking to this student who is not happy because he or she does not want to sit for an exam again. But it is not all about happiness, it's about the requirements which are needed. So you can even go to your destination when some of your elements are telling, no. The target in and all that, yes, you are not happy. But as long as the goal and the purpose is happy, a time will come when you will eventually follow that. So where we draw the line here, first of all, I first say, who am I? My identity. Who am I? Now, between the date of birth and the date at that particular time when someone will die, who am I? When I know myself now, then I will say, okay, now that this is who I am, what is my life purpose? And then now, when I have the life purpose, now I know myself and I have the life purpose. And then now I need to get the people who will help me in this particular mission. Then we bring in the acquaintance. Now this is the person I know. When you acquaintances, and those one can be including your employee, let's say your colleagues, those workmen, those are acquaintances. As long as there is nothing intentional when you sit down at night and say, now, Ton, who are you? Where are you going? Then I identify where I'm going and who I am. Then I begin to say, now tell me exactly who will contribute to where you are going. Then I begin to write down intentionally the name of the person who is going to take me to where I'm going. And in fact, there are cases where I've even followed people. There are people I want to put on my list and they go and reject me. I don't get discouraged because it is not about me. Isn't it? It is about where I am, what I'm going. Because the doctor was telling you that no, come tomorrow. We need Sabajala 11 for 4 hours, but you still have to come because the consultant. That problem then, so emotions, separate emotions aside, then draw the line between these circumstances, the life purpose. A friend is somebody who you will always visit along as you go through life, isn't it? And at some point there can be many others come in. But brother is not a friend by default. No, sister is not a friend by default. And even at some point, even the one you have married or the one who has married you might not necessarily be a friend, but they will be put under umbrella of friendship. Yes. So that community does not have issues, isn't it? That gives people entitlement that these people are friends, they are in a relationship. Do you know how many people fake it? It's just a matter of one person putting on a suit and is holding a handbag, and then you go to a function, then you fake it that you are friends. But in the reality is not that there's no friendship there, isn't it? But when you choose intention and say, now, this woman, this wife, let me convert him or her into my friend so that he will support you. Now, you can know because he's not supporting the vision. Because he's not your friend, isn't it? It's simply somebody who is around you who can help you to minus every plus that you bring in. The same applies to the men as well. So drawing the line is to be intentional about friendship. This is my friend. This is the one who is not my friend, but my acquaintance. Also, friendship is also as well a double-edged sword, as we said. People can even partner to do evil things. So what determines is that what are you going to do with that friendship? Like when you come, we have our team group, isn't it? And no friendship, even around Juba, people who are but they big so friendship is not for destruction. No, it's for construction. Yes. So if you are around the people who will talk about how to destroy, then you run away from such people. Because today they will use you to destroy somebody, but you are simply in the queue. Time will come when they will now be the one setting up. They will come up together and then they will destroy you. So drawing the border is that if my friend is my friend in terms of where I'm going, and then allocating the time. If you see someone who is majoring in minor, and you look at yours, then you see that that person is not a friend, because majoring in minor simply means that when you should be focusing on the core, this person is doing the nice things, those nice to do things which are not taking anywhere. Someone would say, man, Baber Latin. Nyanda Baber Latin. It's not something that will really make you important people in the next 5 years. It's something that is nice to do, you know. So when you have people, you that I friends, they only you only do things which are not helping you. Then now you draw the line and say, this is not what? This is not a friend. Yes, this is somebody who is just simply helping me to kill my time. And anybody who is a time killer is not a friend. A friend should ever remind you, say, "Bara, how far? How far? He will be reminding you about how is your progress. But this person who seems not to be concerned, okay, you in Juba for all this time, but you're concerned about how you are going. Yes, how you are going. Yeah, now who you eating the image of God already increased already in you. Instead, please, yeah, you need to exercise. You know, I'm worried about your health. Chicken wing, the pela benga mukila. To korba reduce. Now a lot of hotel go we chalkan go nyanda. Man, no. Can I chase a bubble? You look at your health. It's not good. Please. You have to. You know, it is not necessarily about that. Including even family, somebody will tell you, brother, no, this time wear clothes with the way, not personal space, but your friend does not make you destroy yourself. If now you run, who will be cutting yourself into pieces, we seem to say that there's no problem as long as you have decided, then that is not a friend. A friend would even go ahead to be knife to each a dombe for your sake. And I just realize that after sometimes because there are cases whereby you can to the point that you want a space to do evil. Friendship, actually a ticket that can give someone a space for destruction. So, brother, anybody who makes you use your time, who measures in minor things, that person is not a friend. Anybody who discusses negativity, that is not, let's say, constructing anybody, that person is not what? Is not a friend. Anybody who is only looking at his or her benefit alone, that person is a parasite, is not a friend. Isn't it? Yes, anybody who simply wants to keep your gun in Bapin,
internet you go and go ahead.
Ano ken tigala riuga kor tong de be atong dia. Na chila lui mesa be tong de ka kule be atong dia da. So enemy de lu be enemy dia chan who are friends. Ano ko to ya man those who inherited what they don't know. Wala nga ka na nga ka wa je ka da na ti to yung chu ka. A ka na it means that your head is not working. Because na lu namdu Kanamdu should ask, then how come you know tong dia? Like yes. So I'm not quite who inherited, let's say they want you to inherit their friendship. Now let them go getting the ball and not think I can go low. Thought will think na chuga. You get low can instead binel will okay. Bara. Teen will child wealth in ye. Chini teen will wealth. You will kam de wani yin man tin kan chalwa din nga che ba met pyo kuna le man nga ilo berede kera anin kera ancho family to pin because human being na ko chi side in gene ke then they will feel that there are a lot of votes around that. So there are friends who if na friend be around man ko ba ken lo ku yes every time is yes. You know that person is not a friend. You will question them, but why are you doing that? Why are you doing that to yourself? Why are you doing that? Because about your welfare. This is about you. That is the person we should do. We should. So there are ways of drawing borders, but ultimately, your goals and life purpose in here ticking your friends. Otherwise, the version, the packages that the packages that your friends are packaging, some of them are not attractive, isn't it? They will come in different packages that even you, with your emotions and your ego, you might not like them. But if you say you my goals and you choose them, then you simply say I will get that based on what my goals are. Simply saying yes. A friend is not the best man, or is not the best lady, isn't it? Is that was man, was lady who helps you to achieve your dreams and goals. Thank you.
Wow, wow, wow. Anyway, we got to manage we work Ruben Van Chol, Yuan, Mayan, Kwak Tiang Yaba, and everyone who is commenting, please share this video. And now, God, you come because Leo Yin bigger friend is getting bigger like share today. And categorize them, are they a real friend or they are other people taken very engineered. So please share this conversation. And we have U10 fellows here, one of Dorcas, Alaki, Cholma, Yula, Abugani, Mela, with the experiences of friendship and get you being an engineer. So, Tianke conversation at the Ken goal. So, in engineering, to copy that, I can point out, and one thing that stood out, really separating friendship with other relationships. And even in romantic relationship, I think we can fake friendship in there, but the reality is I think friendship because if I know friendship, I think yeah, the vision of building a strong family called a lot of chaos and drama into your life. That person is your friend. Or the thing, no drama as another people or we will learn because of mismanage as your friend. So those things are to clarify. So we need to really be mindful when we're choosing our destiny mate with hope that, and eventually then we have to be careful. Sometimes it doesn't work. Like that thing, you have value, relationship and marriage, our community, and many factors can influence of friendship and living. So those that thing is clear. So we should not pick it again. Oh, my best friend. So now I need to go and pick. Is this friend? Is this a friendship or just emotion? On that front. So thank you for that. My next question is really very powerful. How do friendship influence other areas of our life? Marriages. Now we want to get deep in family, in careers, in all aspects of our life, in our goals, that might not be related to career but passion. How does friendship, influence those areas?
Yeah, thank you. Friendship is very
Do we engineer?
so wisdom.
Okay, stop.
We need words of wisdom, emotional support, and all that. So whether it is career, or family, or marriage, or other relationships, it is very integral to have a friend. What do friends do? If you talk about the function of a mirror, at some point you will look at your life through your friends, because they will be in positions. These are such people you will share some of the ideas and say, this is where I want to go. If you have a friend who does not know where you are going, then you just go and drop that one, because a friend should actually know where you are going and will actually be reminding you, please. Yes, you said last time you are going to register this company of yours to do that. Why haven't you done that? And you are capable of doing that, isn't it? Yeah. So friendship will influence that. So if it is our lives now, friends are actually helping us as accountability partner in a way. Some of them will also support us in our careers. There are cases where individuals feel overwhelmed by the pressure of career and capacity building. You need someone who will simply tell no. This, you want to be an engineer, but the marks you are getting in mathematics, let them not discourage you. That does not reflect who you are. You can even do better than that. Because there are junctions whereby the world can deceive us by their grades. you know, okay, on average, you are this and you are that. Your friend will simply know this. You are determined. Since you are determined to do this, this is what you can do. Please, now, this is, I see a quality, where we are now. Why don't you do this specific certification? I think it's a good one. You know, when I went to the conference, this is what I got, and it aligns to, that is in the area of career, ensuring that there is a goal that this particular person is pursuing, but your friend will always tell you that the better tools you can use along, isn't it? Even some which were discussed in your absence, that is the area of career, giving you support on this, you can make it this one. Okay, if this tool is not helping, well, why don't you use this one as well? This is in the area of career. And also in the family, if there is any friendship that is distant from the family, a core friendship, then I think that is not friendship. Because like for me now, my core friends, they are known by my family. Yes, isn't it? Because it is not about them only. It is not about me only. They have also to be supported. For instance, if I bring my friend to the family, yes, my wife knows this is my friend, even the children, even my father, and the rest of the colleagues. So this person also needs some level of growth. If there is any package around my environment where a support system can be designed, my friend will also benefit from this ecosystem. So friends also help shape families. Yes, friends also help to do some level of recommendation. Families is a very interesting environment. You find that it is multifaceted concern, whereby there's some in finances, some in sicknesses and all that. So if you do not have friends, friends can shape your family. Some will even come by exactly. They know exactly where some solutions are, isn't it? And trying by. Your friend can even just have at a glance, what is happening? Look at my cousin, and your friend can also support in that. Your friend can even as well support in making your family as constructive as possible. There are cases, assuming that these two people, as it was said earlier on, that marriage is for the community, isn't it? Yes. And then ku lebena la individual la tingan nong tin kindi gan ken alabu jiem ina la mananga ki lo che kana ko ba chobe ku lebani ni to wa lo ti tina mo indu wa dan ga lose to ko gan ti ga to kala ku lo ala ku na ko ya chengu la ni chengu to yung na bula ka ke na ka ke ni ke to unter panduan. But at some point, either within the family. Remember, what your family what we are simply saying, to cross the border from being a normal family into friendship, when a woman from the normal when a woman now to be as your friend. You treat a friend. Now ideas we can be helping. This is how you should do this, this is how you should do this. Friends can even do some level of counseling. Friends cannot even talk, but they work. Now, in the situation, they work because they see that talking is not the solution, but working is the solution. So, among families which have been redeemed, which have been really put to some perspective because friends have decided to work. You see, your friend because you been over Germany yen. Now you been at that level, couple, because he is good. When I jump friend, after like 1 year, thank you for saving my family, isn't it? Yes. But at that emotional state, it was looking like he ain't caught that space to do whatever he or she can do, isn't it? Imagine a situation whereby I did say no, I only to 1 year, and to what you got about thing. Love friend, family, no. I did a lawyer. Can I lawyer? No, baby, we disagree. I mean, I go Ben. No, I lawyer. Yeah. Yes, I respect you. I respect your opinion, but I am your friend to show you the other part of the what? Other side of the coin. Until later you realize that can I buy a chol and I can I chol a chabe load? Chabe chol. Those are emotions, isn't it? I'm yagalo you that well my thing because when will in a jingle a jinyara and a jol go and dom go loga Mike. And then we enter tongue into pure ten tongue cheers support but not to your friend will really be in position to support and other relationships. Friendship brings in highlight to this level of trust. No ko man tiyo ki mana even the level no ko ya insecure ba cha when it tindu kula ko jam man for my case I think problem if na know you tindu jam ni iran ti ka we jam because I am not controlling. That's not my business, isn't it? Because somebody, you get around my show will let us go into a relationship. So why would I come and employ myself as what? As a policeman? That is not my work. I can go and engage in the other things. So other relationships, I influence the level of transparency. Ela bena bila ben kala koi par. You allow somebody to engage your partner benang friends, isn't it? Isn't it? Yes. Even with the male friend and the female friend, because and friendship means intimacy. That is a problem. That's I think that is a psychiatric issue. That meaning that if a woman goes through a workshop in South Africa, something has gone wrong, then the people are no longer human beings. Because human beings choose their intention about which friends are they choosing. So in friendship, we should not create a level of insecurity where everything is suspicious, suspect. You see now, your wife has been dropped by the boss, and there is something. Boss no man go by chol, kubuku be no ngichi be luongen le please that proposal ko badai la tul. Kala kuna yi mo nyadi kala araka be long araka ye be loide aye be la chaljian achila ku luga drop ne ke diak nir ke dia ku jela rete kero ku jatin ku be la chol chen bol le you come le proposal akena mo ping na de proposal ka la yen ai la long. So friendship we can understood what the role it has to play. Ika yena a lot of suspicion la behitin buka rida la riet ranga cha pinga jam gana nga kwarakina ile and all that. But whenever nature friendship ninge integral and that abloy it has been implemented on trust and mutual respect, then you go on that. Aya well if naya ninge and be entrusted, and then I will trust somebody until you prove that you cannot be trusted. So you're free to engage with the family, engage with other relationship, and give empowerment in the let's say in terms of guidance, this level of careers within that. Ultimately, a friend must be somebody who supports you to go to where you are going. Now, a family friend that will want to help you with shape your children, then in get direction later again. Some friends are in position to shape your business. Of course, there is some level of mentorship there that when is the line crossed from a normal friend to a mentor, when is the line crossed, those should be discussed at a given point. But that is how I would respond to that.
Thank you so much. And yeah, topic of mentorship, I've been a follow up. Someone actually had asked me before, you know, different between mentorship and friendship because a lot of our friends are you can consult for in different areas, so they might act as mentors. So I will dissect, but what will into the importance of communication in friendship. And actually, Dorcas, and not function they need to teach earlier. So I chat with your teacher, because sometimes you know, boy, and you have good friend can run, but him not vision for who you belu ya la which is to move on. That friend can we move on, make it a big deal because and drama barely be like that. It's in friendship, you know, so now the question is how do we manage such such situation by using communication? How important is communication in friendship? And what truly defines a strong and a lasting friendship? Do we need many friends or one close friend? Or, Whatever you have a friend, a seasonal friend, based on the needs that they change. And how do you manage conflict when the friendship actually being realigned?
Okay, thank you. When it comes to communication, communication no ga juye ga ting wala bananga riya cake. If not in clarity in communication. First of all, your friends should not be jealous about where you are going because they're part of the mission. Remember, we said earlier on that if not your friend, can you where you are going? Actually, when I've headed where I'm going, my friend should be happy because that was a common goal. Yes, that is what I've been praying for. That's what I've been working for. This is where I'm going. So now you are unhappy about going there. Because validator is not a friend. There's somebody who wants to keep you around to prove why we have failed. There are validators. There are people who are happy that we all fail. So Nigeria and they become happy because being community there is a room for success. Then we fail it. Now, you around that time, they work on you can validate. There are people who feel insecure. They actually fail. So they want to fail as a group. Who can a factor of human psychology? That's why you that when a child accident, which people will be happy to feel that. People want to be part of the majority worst case scenarios, which is very bad. You see, there are people every time what they are doing is just busy, they are pulling you down because they say under the tree here is the destination. We don't mean that is not the destination, So you have to climb the tree. Anybody who is unhappy about where you have gone actually is not a friend. There's somebody who says, why did you leave me alone to fail alone? It is good enough for us to fail together. Your friend should come and say, please, we have achieved our goal. You remember in 2021, this is how we did it. It's part. Then we just okay. But how far is ours on your side? By working together to communicate. There was a time one of my friends is this gentleman, Mwanju. Nelson Mandela for scholarship. We work together the process of scholarship of Mandela. Before I went to Mandela, go lagu you link Carnegie Mellon. I think now let us go to Carnegie Mellon. So, and then he shared the link with me. Said, let us apply. So I was in Mandela and then he came. So we both applied. We did an interview. We even did the same. We sat down and wrote a statement of purpose, and I was having some advantage on this kind of literary kind of vibe. So I'd researched enough about how to write some of these things. So we would never write things until we all read what we have written. I went to the point of saying, my brother, yes, this is our statement of purpose. And any of us can choose which to submit. Yes, because I wanted him as my friend. Then, interestingly, he chose the other one and said, no, I think this is what I'm okay with. I said that I'm okay with that. We went and uploaded, submitted. His is what I submitted as mine, and the other side. But we were doing all those ones together in the process. So when results came out, I was the one given a full scholarship and it was not given. Do you know what he said? He came and said, my brother, you deserve this one. Go for it. But next time, we are going to do mine. So I went there, did first year at Carnegie, and then the next time when we came back again and did his, and he later went. All of us will later complete it. So later, really, your friend, I have to come back, support him. This is a goal, isn't it? I should not hide some elements of this. Then I also have to communicate, okay. How do I communicate my success to my friends? Does it mean that I am superior? Does it mean that let's say whatever it is? So when I communicated when some of these opportunity came, I called him and said, my brother Anthony, Thank you for your support. Without you, I would not have attained this. Remember, you are the one who got the link. If you did not share it, then I would not even have had an opportunity to do that. So when human beings, your friends, are part of your success, in the human psychology, they will not discard, humans don't discard what belongs to them in most cases. So when you attribute success to other sources now, that is when you will have a problem with them. But every other step, you recognize that your friends are also instrumental, they are part of that. So it will actually limit some level of what. So when they see that you have succeeded because they have contributed, you have also contributed, and then now it will actually lessen. And also come back. What about the other goal of ours? How far are we going? What can I do in this case? Always be reminded. Then that level of communication that it can as well work. Then when you talk about communication, na ko je jamil baran jam kariyo. Baran chwe jam kariyo you oppose the idea but not the individual. But a jam kariyo. And that you have opposed the idea strongly, but I cannot oppose. Yes. All the other ideas are wise ideas, but this particular one I can construct it. And we're 2023. You need to get boy in a decision per law that in our group. Human beings, whenever you highlight the component, and then now there will be a room to listen. But even now, even at the family level, one of the things that I talked to some of my friends, told them, guys, this is not good, especially at the family. It's not good. When you talk about at workplace, this lady or this gentleman will know that there's nothing good that I can do. And all the weapons will be laid down, and then you but na choran ke partner ye brother ka ye moindu ka ye tingdu ka ulul ngada ki ani cholga. My observation and concern about you I take perfectly kwa jaga nyelo. So I was surprised the children. So now first highlighting the positive part. Could be a this part on that they do some more room to improve. Even a chaka meet the people with another then he or she subscribed to being joke because what level of improvement can you do to enter everything that she appears? So Buya highlighted Buya German friends from the positive part. Now look what rejected in Berbella Ben, Ario, what point can we oppose? Quay jam ran anugapia the loy, a kaken. Kendik. So just to improve from one point, actually difficult. So that level of communication becomes very instrumental. At some point, even no communication is communication. Yes. So instead of you adding more into that, just even when you don't talk, and then when you see how things are, but are restricted from that, then from talking, if it is useful to save that time, now, how would you feel? No, to hell with you. How would that person feel? That level of guilt. So communication is a key. Even good things, the Kinnigo communicated well. Among two people, communication even in the Bible. John the Baptist, knew what level of communication, but direct condemn Herod, that is another scenario. Then we have Prophet Nathan, Leban Tong David, no ranta. No, I'm a Jike. Oh, the Jikaman, Ben, we are Maltonga, Togini Lung, Kaman. Same God, same Holy Spirit, but different results based on communication. So achabula you that David achabula you that no ngi wo won chere jara le kai ran gula yo no ngi watch because of that level of communication. Chi jala understand ki watch. But now Herod at this particular point, babu gula yin Herod you think around ko you gonna loyal like that. Ke la benga defensive Herod. So I think that's why now Matthew around chapter 3 allow you the same element John the Baptist ka jam we kwa ka ruor yung chi bay ku ko ja jara ben da ke bottle baptism ajel bela pinna na wo be baptism John but because of emotions go pure ya ga chi pure to win ko ja chi pin awa na ka ja ja na wa ja la baptism go la ku leke we kwa ka ruor ken that message is about knowledge because I think knowledge ko is rejected but human being you can put in your own level of communication about mess isn't it until when in jaga personally because joy marasin in the church yeah because you are that so in friendship communication even something to be condemned it has to be we are all at that point now, then our friendship will be healthy. Yes, we communicate positively. I communicate positively. Even something that has not been done right, isn't it? You find a way of highlighting it. It has not been done right today, but it has been good. Like for example, if you talk of you comment on Kijital by somebody will say yung could be little. Some of quite delicately paint. And the Guangin is almost paint. No. Let's while, huh? You one part again, huh? Bulera, Bulena, Bulele Bara. Lula Wanyara, the tongue of it. To our that is very good like this. Very good. You see, Abiran, a compare now, isn't it? Yes. So, when you talk to human from the point of era ever intelligent being, a little nang way they cool, but they are corrected from the benchmark. This is how it was, and this is how you are. Yin warna, yin again, you are rare general. Now will have this level of value, isn't it? Now you get my friend, now so basically communication is now necessary by change then you work, isn't it? Yes. But at the point of emotions, when emotions are very high, whether excitement or anger, then it is actually the right time to talk much. Yes, it's the right time to talk much, isn't it? Whether at the family or what, I think it's the right time, isn't it? This one here with this noise, with this noise, with this noise. But every time that one be now could be reasoning with Yaldum. Emotions now, at a given point, a human driver. When emotions are high, wisdom becomes low, isn't it? So it is now the emotions which will be talking. So now your friend are emotional. And then now you reduce your emotions as well. And look for that particular time when wisdom will increase now and emotions are reduced. Then the person will be in position to understand. Talk with respect, and then always positive part, constructively, isn't it? And all that. Thank you.
Wow. Anyway, kita pinga lwala friendship we go le jam the theory abanye summarize ki engineer lwala lo ke go le jam munge ne jam kule to jam. So clear, effective communication in a bloodline of friendship, and the friendship that lead to success. Actually, destructive friendship. That is the key takeaway from there. This is actually a very great time to actually hear from the reflection of U10 fellows on the screen before when engineer conversation. U10 message. So it's time ping dong you don't in to go in there. You have enjoyed this kind of friendship where you was up a golly and then a blood of your wife. But I like you. So what, Dorcas, what have you had? Kan kajaga ping any at the tone of good thing, kajaga ping non engineer. What has your experience been with friendship? I know no fishy engineer actually one which I want you know, a friend who talk a friend and a thought I share right friendship and you don't circle for get the enemy of a friend of your enemies and enemies, so people have to gang up. Friendship, you don't sort of with the beard because of friendship. So, what is your experience of that? And also, long in you see too, cut out of ghosts nowadays, or Facebook just block somewhere. Friendship, right? Just block. You don't need to entertain us. So, no communication, you just click block, not hearing again. So, what have you had? What is your experience and what advice? Love you can hear today. Now, like, you know, you tend or
Okay, Pinganda. Oh, hi,
Yes, yes.
the Ethan family.
Right.
So we really welcome you for this show again today. You glow every time at this time. This is really a very good topic, by the way, and I just try try my whole me to be here, and I just now have listened and I have related a lot and all those things. Like for me, like I don't know sometimes, but I'm someone that has seen my childhood that had a lot of friends. And even up to now, most of my childhood friends, I'm still attached to them. So some of them, it can be for years when we cannot meet, and some will still we meet again and we get attached. Some we just live far away, maybe distant or what, and we just end up like that. And what I like, okay, what I've seen about in most cases about friendship is that people always have different values and different goals, right? But for me, I'm someone that believe that I can never be someone exactly right. Like let me say, if I'm your friend, I can never be you and you can never be me. But there are those some common places that we meet, right? Uh-huh. Like maybe because for me in my life, I'm someone that like doing what doing something that person deserve, right? Just that you deserve it and something that you deserve it. So not even because you're my friend, I can't even do something who's not my friend. So like what I know is that in most cases, right, there's that phrase that they always say in Dinga that well, so I think that's when you now stay with someone and you learn to know who's that person is, right? Exactly. And you realize that in life people have weaknesses and people have strength, right? Think that they do very well and think that they don't do better. That's just human nature. You may be not good at communication, right? And like mostly to convince someone you may not be good at that, or you may be someone that is short tempered, like in area that can be a weakness. um you may be someone that like doing anything good for someone because you feel like they deserve it and they are good people. So like more of the thing that I've realized in friendship is that there are always weakness and strength for people that you connect with. But if you always meet at that umbrella, right, at that point whereby you always work things out, you always work things out regardless of the misunderstanding and differences that you have, that friendship always stay. But the friendship whereby you see you have differences and like it keep on repeating itself, right? This one is not going well, this one is not going well. We are trying to solve it and it's not working out. So you just leave it and let it go. Because me, I believe that leave it, like if you have a friend and you don't have common goal and values again, and if you part your way, does not mean that you people are bad. But maybe that common ground that bring you together is no longer there. And I don't even see some people live with scares, right? You live with scares, like I said before, people take you online, maybe they start to hit you and all those things. That I don't see it. The fact that you are no longer aligned, the goals are no longer going together, or maybe you have tried to maybe stay and it's not possible. Maybe you feel disrespected, you feel like you're not valued, you feel like it can't work again. So I don't know. I don't see the case people just made. Just You just let it go and you live your life. People are living their life. So that's what I have realized. And again, another thing is this, you know, this point of communication sometimes, what I've realized is that there are some people when, mostly in friendship, especially this girl friendship stuff, I have seen more of the people that were friends, but you later see them like people are jealous of you. And you just wonder actually, you know, like there's this ongoing leadership of me, war, and those things. There was someone I was telling that we girls we are not yet ready to have our own thing because most of our own problem are this thing to do with competition, comparisons, and all those things. And like you see, there was a video I saw today online about Nigeria. Some people were trying to talk in a way that, like, if you see it, like they are already challenging, and against the current leader. And I said, well, then I just comment my agenda. I know this is it because for us always we have problem when it comes to settling our differences always, right? And mostly problem when we see our fellow girlfriend are just at some point up, maybe like how we feel. Because for me, I don't feel that there's never anybody that can be above you. It is just that their goals are different with yours. They have reached their goal faster than you, and you will still reach it. Let me say they marry faster than you. Does not mean you will not marry, right? And I don't see anything that can cause problem with that. And I don't see if someone really have the same common ground and common goal with you, even though they marry, even though they go to very far place, you will still be attached because you were not attached because you were a girl or what, but you were attached because you have some common thing, right? Uh-huh. But if you were just attached because you were in the same place or what, it will just rebuild itself after some time. And I don't think that can be any scariest or all those things. You just realize that this is not serving me anymore, and I have to just let it go and leave it. So that's what I've experienced in most cases in my friendship, and like in most of my friendship, like if I don't see it's not serving me, I just leave and I don't have any hatred. Even if I get you and you want me to do something for you, I can do it. I do it. But it does not mean that I am a friend again because it's not something me. I need something that will maybe make me true at my goal, or maybe the more you grow, the more you tend to have different goals and different purpose. So that will just make you break. But for us, God, we need to make it with dramas. Eh? Make it with dramas, and I know with time as we mingle with our brothers mostly because men always don't have issues with that. They always take things like this is me today, this is you tomorrow, and maybe you have reached like we can be friends like the way Ton has described, but if it were girls, right, could be some issues. So that's what I can tell. What I've learned today that uh friendship is always about goals and working, and it has to benefit both, right? If it is not benefiting both, just let it go with no dramas.
Thank you. And you can write a credit and a friend you name and a question a lot. One of my stereotype, I don't think you are real friend, you are deep. But after friend, for example, they just talk about soccer. That's my assumption and stereotype. But as I see engineer, friendship and emotional. You gonna we take it serious, and that's why it's uses skills. But if we just talk about our uniform, and that's it, or our other hobby. I don't know hobby they are in job in a red and you the so I don't know. I don't think a United soccer. I don't know what United women, but yeah, no, thank you for your reflection. Very, very great, very, very insightful. I really appreciate those. I know Chol my maybe internet is stable, so but another chance to reflect. So Chola, if you can hear us, kindly follow Andy's pathway. Like what have you learned? What have your experience been with friendship? And you can even challenge my assumption that you're really if friendship one go to really about soccer or that deep. I know engineer get his friend and information and he share resources. So a lot.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you, engineer. I have learned a lot from engineer, and yeah, I have a takeaway, especially when it comes to kayaknya quite got it, and when I go and I check the coil, I'm there, I can dial with the emotion, balabany and superior. So that one, I'll be jetting blood. So in actually, our friendship is not true. Our friendship actually about it's not all about people or or anything that bring us together. That is not that one is just for fun, just for fun. The real friendship is there when you call someone to say this is not right. This is not what you're supposed to do, and that person you will argue, you will disagree, and he will come back and say, "Oh, actually, I was wrong." So actually, we really say our friendship are very intentional. Uh, Itangro. One thing I've learned that along the way is that our friendships, it is very rare to say, today, Engineer Thon Malay will be my friend. It's really very hard. It's really very hard because what is the common ground with me and Thon? What is our main purpose? Even by then, when people were kids, anang man tini mas kana man. There must be something that connects you, and if there is achieving that goal, I call violent. Ka lagu lagu kanim kurke violent. They will be friends because they aim. They will fight. People who don't want to fight, they will play alongside. So friendship must benang a goal. It must be a goal. Nachin goal, then one of you is in pretend or a parasite. When you engineer well. So my takeaway today is we need to know where to control our emotion, especially on communication. What to say it, when to say it, and is it necessary at that moment? Especially Randy could watch ever hard. Randy could work but bear mind of the good thing he has done. I go straight to the Kichira I need to watch, but today I've learned that at least you, regardless, somebody has done something wrong, you have to highlight the good part of him or her. That's my takeaway, and I really appreciate. Thank you so much, engineer.
Thank you. Thank you. But I did come and make me laugh, Why very straightforward? What you know, be like, you're out of my friend, okay? I can't friend, you're gonna talk. So we don't know to sugarcoat things. And you got to see why very powerless. Thank you for sharing those reflections and also for challenging my assumption. I really appreciate that. It's been really great. And just to add on that, teaching engineer, sharing credits is a very important part of friendship, right? In the friendship, which is going to grow, acknowledge them, let them know that they have been very supportive part, and let them know that you are also, working to make them better succeed. So it's like give and take. So thank you for that. Alakir, uh, really no drama. How do you feel about this friendship? Especially on zero time for Kenya. A long road. I want to be bringing this because why women empowerment platform, and we need to learn from our experiences and also experiences of other counterparts. Can be a friendship, they are a different. Either chatting or can it right the same. Status changes you that cake again. But now what they are bayanya no limitation, you have to be friend with Mirko. Now I take you expect but we are friendship when it are. Anyways, you look like think about those how those social social norm impact friendships. in long with any relationship and friendship, because friendship, I think, in the only I say one way, right? We should remove insecurities. We can be friends with men, but there is this assumption: I friend can work intimacy. Something is happening. so, so, today is challenging us. So, what are your reflections? What do you know, and what message is going away with you today? Take it away.
Yeah. First of all, thank you, Brother Thon Malik, for coming back to the U-Turn again. It's always a treat to have you and learn from your vast experience, insights, and wisdom, alongside my colleagues and friends, depending from the U-Turn. This was very exciting. Our U-Turn member, Jennifer Gag, is the one who proposed the topic. So I want to shout out to Jennifer. This is a very important conversation, as it has to be said, because it's not every day we sit down to try and contextualize and talk about friendship, right? So I really learned a lot today. Who you can define as your friend. Personally, looking back on life, different seasons of your life call for different kinds of friendship, and friendship serve different purpose. Even if kuchok friendship chia long or short, or it ended on a chaos, or it ended amicably, it doesn't mean it was a waste of time. So it means the friendship has served its purpose, and now it's a different season in your life, and it calls for different people to be friends with. And as somebody who's lived for almost 3 decades now, friendship when you're young, in your teenage, and then in your 20s is completely different, and it calls for a different set of skills and set of purpose and intention. When we were young, we don't really set intention. We just go on based on your feeling. When you hang out with this person, manager and Chilu hang out can and was it a great time? At the end of the day, of course, you seek, you keep going back, even if the purpose is not very productive. You both could be the one that get in trouble a lot, but you feel like it's worth the trouble, so you go ahead and be friends with them. Rather than in the time where we are in school, we are learning, we would possibly seek out friends that are good at certain things. They're good at mathematics. You want to be friends with them because you want to learn mathematics. So there's no unconditional friendship. You always seek someone. Could be the good feeling you get when you hang out with them. So that is also friendship, and that is something you get out of friendship, right? So the intention might not be explicitly stated, but it is there, and in that friendship. I been friendship when the generation has now moved to TIAC and all that stuff. It can be challenging for first time, especially for women. Your friends are all married, they have children, you don't have children, and the conversation can go something like, "Oh, today my child said this. She was very funny." Now, what do I contribute to that conversation? Somebody with no children, but you have to know me. Oh yeah, that sounds great. But at Gen Exchange, Loirot, we are not serving the same purpose of raising kids. So those friendships can be, useful for other things. For example, I'll give an example of my friendship with Aqua. It's evolved so much over time that when the U-Turn talk today is a result of that friendship, because we had sat down and talked about different kinds of things on different spectrum, and we're like, you know what, other people out there might feel the same way. Why don't we go and talk about it on the internet? And here we are. So you can always redefine the purpose of friendship, that you choose to have friendship that are, I talked to Akwal in the past about the 3P. Has to be positive, purposeful, or pleasurable. It gives you good feeling for you to continue that that relationship and friendship. So it's good to sit down and evaluate this friendship. How is it serving me, and how is it serving the other person involved? I live in a society view of friendship. There's a bit of negative connotation where a young girl is married and then has desire to continue being close friends with her single girlfriends, and it's always seen as a threat. Oh, I personally don't believe that, but But Tokabiriak is not because a chijam can near Kinnikat. Of course, near Kinnikat will share about their exciting things, you go, blah, blah, blah. But it been from the society, I don't know, trying to keep or no, keep people in different places. There is a purpose in friendship. There could be a purpose where it destroys. So I a friend or when she are jealous, I think the potential will try to destroy your relationship, but I have not seen evidence of that. So that's what it is. Friendship dang ye look down upon in the community is friendship in year general, right? You cannot be friends general. Based on experience, I think I don't know if it's true, but men are socialized to always try to get intimate with any woman, right? So when you try to be friends with men and they try to capitalize on that and start to think you like them, blah blah blah, it's very good to clear the boundary. Be like, hey, we are not moving in that direction. I thought we could be friends, but if we cannot do friends with an opposite gender, then let's stop here, right? So when a woman is empowered enough to know when to draw the line and to see the signs that this person may be thinking friendship is more than what it is, they can stand up and say no, we need to stop here. I think some boundaries to set around that is make sure your friendship is within the age limit, because women are socialized to respect people in power, and the power is associated with age. So if you're friends with somebody with opposite gender and they're much older, you have less power to say no to them when they start to initiate things that are beyond the boundary of friendship. So Enyan core in our women empowerment is be friends that you can stand your ground and you can say no if the friendship started being exploitative or being misunderstood. So but engineer Thorn has already explained that anyone can be friends with anyone as long as they're intentional about what the friendship is about and they know the clear boundaries of friendship. So achi baya che ke riok binyir kene katya biyamat kene nyir che katya or biyamat kene ro. um, if somebody think that's an issue, they need a lot of growing up to do. So, in terms of communication, I really like how Engineer Ton has framed that. I think my weakness is handling conflict and friendship. Personally, if I know I'm not gonna stop being friends with someone anytime soon, I just don't address any uncomfortable situation. But I think it's good to address them, and the way to address them, Machito and Achille explain, is acknowledge that this is who you are. So, say I'm communicating with Rhoda. I state, Rhoda, I think you are great in A, B, C, D. But this specific thing is very shocking to me because I would not have seen it coming because it's out of character for you. Then Kabia open to learn and be like, oh, this they see me as so and then they have a problem with the particular thing that I have done. So that works out. Next step in solving conflict kind of friends. So if say conversation about the issue someone is not comfortable with a chilla and it escalated into emotion, who conversation at the heightened negative emotion, I engage on restorative conversation. Most friendships are lacking that, and I think in come the when you friendship in react and you clearly know you said something wrong or you misunderstood the situation. It's your responsibility to have a restorative conversation. Let's talk about this again. Let's review the facts. What led us to this place? And then maybe apologize. You can have as many restorative conversation as you can to come to a agreement of what the situation is and how you can move forward from that. So when not in conflict in your friendship or relationship, is first to decide, do you still want to be friends with this person? Yes or no? Korbaya friends can okay, then you try again and again to resolve the issue. Because after taking time, Kuchalu reflect, you realize whatever friendship you've built and Kiti in Ria Kola is not worth it, then try and resolve it. But it could be a natural death of friendship. You know what? It has served its purpose, it is done. I can move on with my life. Nothing wrong with that. And there's no need to involve everyone. Friendship do galway ke tin ku chitok ke chaja talk offline. Now ben online ku ben le coach, then you're also revealing your character, and it's gonna affect other friendships that you have of people, whatever regard they hold you, and then the way you conduct yourself on this specific issue will actually affect your image and reputation. People are communal, so whatever you bring about on social media, it definitely affects how they see you and what kind of opportunities and access you get in the future. So I think Ancha Chulu Ranta Heritage, that's my reflection. I'm really grateful to everybody that has contributed through the comments and then on the screen. So thank you, Akwal, and back to you.
Wow, wow, Alakir, thank you. And I'm wow, wow, Alakir is flowing. Like, you want to continue listening to your reflection. I didn't know you can talk for 15 minutes, but yes, you nail it. It's really, I just wanted to also acknowledge my reflection. Anong daman dia no nian walk near and dia can yolo anong kacir and no very in my relationship. Now la man and ko aja ko belong ala kir go. Oh, no, you talk qualita. Don't do that. And I was like, what do you know? You don't understand this thing. I was mad at her too. I blocked her. And then later on, after when I did, and I listened to Kichala Kilwell, and it actually ended up shaping my understanding and how I approach relationships. So really, really, Alakiri, you've been a great friend, and you have shared some of our experiences that it doesn't matter where we are in life. And you have also addressed some of the social norms when they are trying to put in different boxes based on a relationship status game, right? And I think our example have transcend those boundaries. I know some of my age mate on to don't think what can we connect, and I now reflected more, and we are now like looking how has different pathways shape our experiences as women, and what U-turn can we make to really address those challenges. And those are some of the conversations we usually have, that how can we keep friendship that take us to the next level. How do we navigate this relationship in a positive way? So thank you so much for sharing your reflection. That is really a great takeaway for me as well. Cholo might but I think we drop off, so maybe and the yellow bed engineer and watch your overtime too. Usually in 1 hour and 30 minutes now, why 1 hour and 32. So maybe giving the last few minutes to engineer to summary Jaga. What have what is the U10 message Lebaga based on reflection? Jaka be ping no ko U10 which are disadvantages and advantages of excellent relationship. Jaka jato win. And also some of the questions, for example, like someone sharing Juba, rich people can have friends, poor people can have friends. So how do we address issues of class, issues of education? Now coach are educated, I am coach are educated, coach got and coach or like those buckets that keep people in different aspects. How do we what is your last thought about that? And that would be the final call. Thank you so much, Abu Mamor, Matthew Mayan, Amir, and everyone who is contributing to this conversation. You can also share your U10 message and reflection in the comment section, your takeaway. Take it, Engineer.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you. I've listened to the reflection, and they are really very wonderful. And for those who have been attending, that is really very good. Friendship, as we said earlier on, that we are here in this world. We came here for a purpose, and we have to identify that purpose. Then we know exactly whom do we need, and this is where things go wrong. Now, this is my life purpose. By the time I've left this planet, some people will say, somebody so and so came to this planet to come. This is what he or she did. So now, who helped me do that, or who helped me destroy that? So here we are looking at friends who are helping us accomplish the reason as to why we are existing. And I said earlier on that at every stage, there are people who help you succeed at a given point. Those are your friends. Those are your friends. And what is core here is that I have to be intentional about my friend. There should be no friend that is just accidental. No. I must have acquaintances, those who are close to me, relatives, and all that. Yes, that is the space in which we relate. But I have to be intentional about your friends. Because, for instance, if we talk about, let's say, I want to be an accomplished professor, if I want to condition it to my relatives, what are the chances that I will get an AI professor within my circles? You see? So it is where I am going. This is what determines who should be my friend. I started in 2011, 2012, 2013, starting to read books because I said after 10 years, I need to start speaking. So I need to prepare. Who are my friends here? Then I began to get books from those accomplished motivational speakers like those of Miles Monroe, talked about those of James Clear and those of Jim Rohn, and so many others. So I have to connect myself to such to gain from their wisdom, isn't it? Do I have such? Do I have them in my place? So it is where I'm going that will determine. Yes, even the type of the car will determine the tools to be used. Though you can say they are all cars, isn't it? But there are some different components which have to be used. So it is not a factor of isolation to say that so and so is not my friend. It is all about where you are going. Even the pastoral goal is not determined by friendship, by the blood group. That's it, isn't it? So now no, that is not the case, because the issue here is that what is no, how does it help? So what is important here is that where am I going? Whom do I need? So now in few areas, is this person going to be emotional supporter? Is this person going to help me with the tools? Isn't it? So these are mainly, or someone should be reminding me, what is going to be the job description of this particular person within this friendship? Yes. This friend of mine, if I'm going, for instance, I'm going to Bor, do I need this person to push me out to Mangala? Because there are people who are very compatible and very good at certain seasonal things, and they can do them very well. So do I need this person to do that? So that is the level of friendship. Then the friendship should be on mutual interest. You know, one of the people said that the love of God is unconditional. So I began to say that is not love. And Jesus said, if you obey my commandments, if you love me, you are going to do what? Obey my commandments. So there is nothing as unconditional friendship, unconditional love. People just like you. What? Why? Why do they like you? Even the fact that they like you, it is an interest. There's nothing called liking without an interest. So the only factor here within friendship here is that my interest should not destroy your growth. Yes, I can still maintain my interest, but my interest should as well push you to grow. Should not stop you from growing, isn't it? Yes, he should go as well. I go to the hospital, you go to the hospital. Doctor has an interest, I have an interest. The medical institution has an interest. You have to pay bills, but I have to get medicine. We are all growing, isn't it? So that is how the level of reflection that it should be. The communication has been done around how we can communicate. Of course, communication has to be done very well, clear about what is the goal of this particular communication. Because communication is not talking, it is all about what am I going to achieve after talking? And what are different strategies I can use to achieve that? You see, John the Baptist did it, and Nathan did it. So Nathan did it, and it came out very well. Then the result that David was looking into repentance. He repented. That is what you want to achieve. That's what I want to achieve. So after communication, at what state do I leave my friend? So if I will leave him or how worse than I found him, then the communication was not that useful. And even if you have to communicate something very hurting, but what is communicating a constructive way, a constructive criticism? Say, this is how I know you. Why are you surprising me on this? You can do better than this. This is how you do these things and all that and that. And now, if you have a score of 95%, really, why this one here? I've been seeing your business successful, and I expected you to have had so many branches within the country, and you have the intelligence that is needed. You have employed very intelligent human resource, and this, bring your friend. You are supporting your friend to grow. Please go. When we are supporting our let's say athletes, we don't disqualify the fact that it is paining in that process. It is very hurting. There's a lot of pain, but because of the love of winning, we tell our friends, please, just you are about to do it, but it is very painful. That is what we do. That's what we do for our friends. And also, as well, we have to be forgiving in this some of philosophies around friendship, because our communities, we are transitioning to another level. Initially, and all that is how we were grouped up. There was no a situation whereby law you ala to tray there was not that circumstance, and that is how the community was designed. So it is shocking now see that Injila Nanko Kundila Benker Tukuli kwa friends. But it is a matter of time, they will get used to that. Issues to do with who is married and who is not married. By the way, ideas don't have gender. So when people talk about ideas don't have gender, they don't have age. So when you talk about who is married and who is not married, community is going to transition, and it is a matter of time will be realized later that ideas are ideas, isn't it? Yes. So we can as well be careful, those married and those unmarried, and someone who should be supporting us is what we actually need. And that's why we are not concerned about the height of the driver. The driver. What is important is the skill, isn't it? So all those we have to be forgiving. The community understand at the end. We'll just be transitioning there until we will all understand. Friendship has to be intentional. Friendship has to be required to see what is my friend doing. As we leave this place, let us audit all our friends. What do they do in this friendship? If they help us emotionally, they remain there. If they're helping out with the tools and all that, they remain there. If not, then we have actually confused people who should be acquaintances. Then we bring them to the group of friends, and that is not that is not necessary. With the rich people and the very poor people, I shared it in a class, and I think we'll have it at some level of discussion later as a topic. The world is structured in three groups, and I always tell my students that they say we are 64 tribes, but the world is structured into three groups: the wealthy and the rich people, and the employees of the rich and the poor people. That is how the world is structured. And there are a lot of philosophies around that. So rich people, the wealthy people of the world, they are the ones who hold a lot of money. They are the ones who design the laws and the policies to govern the poor, but they will be administered by the employees. Like the group in which I am now, my group, I'm actually an employee of the rich men. We implement their policies. That is how the world is structured, isn't it? If it is law, we implement it, isn't it? Whatever they want, that is how we implement it. If they want even COVID-19 to be there, they will decide when exactly it will be there and how long it will take and all that. So the world is structured in that. I'm just coming to friendship. The wealthy people of the world, they are the ones, 20% of the people control 80% of resources of the world. But now they are actually deciding exactly who can we use as employees. Then they employ all these accountants, professors. Those are employees of the rich down here. And then the poor people now are the ones who are supposed to be sold the policies so that they back up the rich people. The rich people should remain richer and the poor people go poorer, because the poor people actually produce the labor of the rich people. And that's why if today, if they say everyone has to be rich, the rich people will have a problem. So that is a problem. That's why when you see a rich man poor people now that are married because they have been sold the philosophy that they have to fight for nothing. In a rich man, baga yoga narut achi yala tabana ujala okay. Young nakar, we don't know. We were simply told we don't like ourselves, isn't it? So who told them those philosophies? The wealthy people of the world, they have designed that. They sell to their employees. Employees come and administer that. So when you look at all this structured system of how it works, whether it is in South Sudan, whether it is in America, that is how it works. And that's why even in the US, so many people are going to the prison jails, quite like into drugs issues and all that. But the son of Biden was pardoned. Yeah, that is how it works, isn't it? In the wealthy environment, wealthy people I'm just coming into this how we can relate. Wealthy people who 1 million people. The wealthy people, the most powerful people of the world, that is not considered as murder. That is collateral damage. But now a poor person, any fellow poor man don't choke for or more years, isn't it? Because the laws are meant to manage the poor, but to be administered by the employees of the poor. So now bring the friendship, whether you are rich, whether you are employee of the poor. When I talk about rich people, I mean the world. I don't mean this dollar account and all these people are employees of the poor, of the rich people. Rich men I got significantly run on assets, and that's why within the country, our country, watching rich people, isn't it? Well, we only have big spenders, but watching so many rich people. Majority are, there are only few rich people, wealthy people, but majority are big spenders. When they spend highly, then it is easier to confuse that they are very rich. So whether a rich man or a poor man or employee of the rich people, there is always that point of need, because you can meet a human being at his or her point of need. That is where friendship can come. There is that particular thing that a rich man does not have. That is what you contribute as a poor man, isn't it? Yes, that particular thing. You know, you become very rich and become powerful to the point that you love freedom. Like now, presidents of the world, they don't move easily. Even that is a different thing. The president cannot just come and so I know needs of the rich people up there. Yeah, now low warrant, but low warrant they to low one hotel pyramid hotel lower you buy because it's vulnerable. But there are people who will come and fill that gap. So where there is the gap, that is where people now come in, isn't it? Because friendship is all about value addition, value proposition. What value do you add that particular person? Yes, however minor it is, that will be the value that has been added. With the poor people or the employees of the poor or up there. The only challenge here, employees of the poor have been instructed to protect the rich. These are those who always question what do you want, your deity. Benya Liu, even when Ben is on social media, but Benya Liu, because he has been instructed that let us create this class that they don't meet them because they have employed us, and we have been told to admit you. But in either case, friendship can be established as long as there is something that you bring to the table, something that is very, very relevant. So, speaking, friendship will require some level of persistence, forgiveness, and emotional trust. In all this ecosystem, it ends at one thing. The friendship must help me go where I'm going, isn't it? Yeah. Otherwise, if it does not push me to the next level, I had that friendship in 2020, and now it has not added my coming to this place, and then that friendship is not constructive enough. Because friendship is a reflection of who we are today and who we can become. unless I see myself, I see myself in my friends. If my friends are having vision, and then I see my vision in my friend's vision, then that's when I see that this is friendship. But otherwise, if it is always about me, then that is not friendship. And that's why, even at personal level, if I do a few things, whether in academia or what, I always try as much as possible to bring my friends. Because if I have my colleagues who are equally lecturers, they are also going to the same area. So let me bring them, man, can we publish a paper? Maybe for one reason or that, for some reason, maybe you are not in position. Come, can we publish a paper? Because I want my friends also to reach where I am also going. So when your friends are also seeing that whatever success that you are pursuing, you also want them to succeed. They will always not destroy your success. Otherwise, you will always be climbing the tree. Because whatever they see you are going to achieve, this is not about them. That friendship of yours has never helped them. Yes, you want to pursue this education, you get degree, master, and that. But how do they see themselves in your success? Unless your success is a collective success, and then you will not always have constructive friends. Thank you.
Akwai na no go bera da kariya ka bija ko jite. You have net in a picture by that. Now that you dog do. I think that you are also a comedian, so thank you so much. Yala kira mangaji dan mangaji pelodi na mangaji dorka na jawu this is speaker ya Javana. You know, with Abuja na there. So thank you so much, friendship. And the main takeaway there is friendship. I think gender, I think age, I think status, idea and goal, where it and how it impacts all people. And for that, you all U10 members, we call ourselves U10 family. But based on this, we are actually U10 friends because we see this vision together and this vision is reflected in our growth. So thank you, my friends, Lakir, my friend Chol Mayula, my friend Dorcas, my friend Thon. It has been a wonderful, wonderful 1 hour and half, 2 hours. Thank you and good time. When you can leave a photo in the comment section, thank you so much for your support, for your learning. Kindly this share video and you know, continue to engage with people out there. You can put comment, get it, bye-bye.
As we come to the end of this conversation, I just want to take a moment to remind you that the growth doesn't happen without taking a new direction. So if there is a message that has given you some clarity, some courage, or even a little bit of push towards the positive direction, I want you to take that with you, sit with it, go offline with it, and encourage you to continue to invest in your personal growth and say thank you for taking the time to be here for yourself and for the community, for the growth of the community. The U-Turn is not just a show. It's a community where real talk, real growth, and real U-Turn happens. So until next time, stay empowered, stay intentional, and never be afraid to make a U-Turn. Thanks. Bye.